Alternative music. What does it mean? Alternative to what? A decade ago, the sound was relegated to college radio and specialty programs. Now, we are the mainstream. But as the Violent Femmes and I show you, this overnight success was years in the making.
When we first launched the original punk rock idea, I mean, none of us ever thought it would be this good. Look at this. Anarchy in the UK. Who would have thought? Oh, Charles again. No, she's just a friend. What the fuck should I do without being yelled at?
1984, the British punk scene was long gone.
The Sex Pistols had self-destructed 5 years earlier.
The Damned and the Clash were going down fast.
To fill this void, fans were turning to the emerging American underground scene.
In LA at the time when it formed musically, what was going on?
Everything went on. The bands that came out of there were, say, the Go-Go's, X, the Motels, the Germs, who are defunct, the Blasters, Black Flag.
Punk rockers and rockers in general can be some of the most one-way, closed-minded, fascistic people. They get so mad if you do something different sometimes, just like, you know, but we're not sorry, ever. You know, we are never sorry for what we do and what we play, because we don't write songs unless we like them.
She gives me
with music, you don't know what your limits are. You can't set a limit on how far you can experiment with the boundaries of music. It's really up to what you're hearing in your head. And it's like you really can't have goals except to just become a better musician, try to understand what you can do with taking your emotions out of your soul and translating it into an audible form, in a written form. No goals, no rules, no limits.
If we did it, we probably wouldn't be in it.
We'd rather make an advertisement, you know, or...
Rather endorse something like...
Well, yeah.
Like toothpicks.
You know, TV, I don't know. That's my big statement.
TV?
I don't know.
The replacements in Husker Du proved that bands no longer had to base themselves out of New York and LA.
We were content to stay in Milwaukee. Other bands emerged from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and a little college town called Athens, Georgia. I've heard somebody describe a language as being a living thing. A language can die, like Latin, as far as being a living. You know, the language has a life, and certainly songs have a life in the language of the music and of the words coming together. And there's a life there. There's something there which isn't meant to be done just always in the one way that it was done on a record. And so certainly live, it's very free and open for unexpected things.
Now you, sir. Tough and
I'm so strong out. I'm high as a kite. I just might stop to check you out. Let me go.
Now you.
That's not fair.
The best times is when we're all equally surprised, completely surprised at what is now taking place.
Everybody all together now. When I'm walking, I struck myself, and I'm so stuck out last time. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out.
Indecision's bugging me. If you don't want me, set me free.
It wasn't possible to have the work rate that we wanted with the whole group because the guitar player was always moaning about going home and didn't have the enthusiasm.
30 minutes.
Why are people so excited about you?
Because we're so good.
You're missing a couple of strings on this bass guitar. Is that how you learned it? And you never bothered to buy 2 new ones? Or is there a plan?
After 2 years, I mean, what's the point spending money on another tour? It's like 2 is enough. It's adequate. Anybody can play this bass.
Introduce another couple of strings and you confuse the guy.
Why is it that so many of your gigs end in chaos, riots, people knocking heads together and yelling at each other? Why can't you keep it under control?
Because there's so many stupid people about, you know, we can't keep the general public under control because they're so ridiculously stupid.
Just a radical form of music that came into being where you could just, where people come along reliably and make records that just be completely new and just take anything that's come before it and just blowing it apart, create something completely new.
They were having a national board meeting with lots of businesswomen with briefcases all sitting around the big honcho table. And my man, Fleaston McBean, the human drum machine, your very own dream, and I, stripped down to our very naked selves, exposing our penises, scrotums, and everything, ran into the board meeting room, danced on the table, shook it around a little bit, and scrammed out of there before the guards could catch us in the parking lot of EMI, and we didn't get canceled.
You have in fact done various venues, have you not? Without clothes.
No. Yeah.
It's just did you start without clothes or did you end without clothes?
It's all just it's all like an expenditure of the musical trickle-down bowel movement theory.
Yeah.
In other words, it's all as natural as a bowel movement, and we stand for freedom. Sexually, you know, now we're gonna get it on in the groove that makes those smooth tips move. We are funkin' that, driving that rhythm to make those bitty little pussy lips kiss 'em, kiss 'em, kiss 'em, kiss 'em, kiss 'em.
Gotta keep them separated. Don't keep setting up. I say stop cracking up.
This mainstream acceptance of punk rock has been a long time coming. I was there at the beginning 25 years ago in Detroit with the Stooges, and it was tough to get our stuff heard. It's nice to see you kids finally buying some half-decent music. 3 years after Nirvana's success, bands like Green Day and Offspring are hitting the top 10. We'll see you on Much Music in another 10 years.
Sometimes I'd like to quit. Nothing ever seems to fit.
It's one of my least favorite Carpenter songs.
A drummer knows how to do a mosquito orgasm.
He does?
And I think we should lay a mosquito orgasm on Canada.
Grunge is taking over, and it's a teen revolution, and we're all very excited about it.